Hey friends, welcome to What Was Mommy Thinking. It is time to do our week number 2 weekly budget check-in for March of 2023. So if you want to see how it went and where my money went, then stick around. Happy belated St. Patrick's Day to everybody. I'm getting this video filmed just a little bit late. I apologize for that. We had some life things happen over the last couple of days, but everything's good. I thought we would jump in and do my March week 2 budget check-in. I'm going to try really hard to do a little bit better this week than I did last week. So if you are new here, this is kind of my hot mess express, and I am trying to get back on track with budgeting. I used to be really good at it and stayed on top of it, and then I got off track, and so this is me restarting and trying to catch up. So let's flip to March. Okay, so this is the one that we did last week, and we're just going to be grateful that it was there and for what it did provide. But this week, we've got to focus on this one right here. So this is our spending tracker from March the 10th through the 16th, and then I need to go back to this blue paper clip here and pull my spending tracker. And then we need to go to the monthly view and work with this real quick. So I'm going to move my wallet and move this other stuff aside just for a little bit so that we can focus on what we need to get done, right? Because that's why we're here. So I'm going to move that stuff aside so that you guys can see these pages here and try and do a better job of showing you guys what we need to do. Okay. So this week we are focused on the week that started on the 10th of March and runs through the 16th of March. So in our week 2, it's March 10th through 16th, and then on our tracker, it's March 10th through 16th. So now that we have all of the right players, we started last week with $1,460. We had that $20 surplus that went to the Pantry challenge, leaving us with the $1,440. And what I realized is I should have made this $1,460 because I did put that $20 in here, but we're going to catch up with all of that. So right now I have 9 different categories that are accounted for in my weekly spending, and we'll try to reconcile all of the stickers that are in my planner with this sheet to make sure we're on track, and then we'll go over to my wallet and do that. So the first category, we're just going to jump right in. The first category that we're going to do is gas. I'm going to use this pretty purple, and you don't have to use the same color of marker every week. I know a lot of people do. They like do the highlighter method and they'll use like yellow for gas and they're consistent with that. I'm not consistent. And like, if you look, let's see, I know we had, gas last week was this really pretty teal color. This week it's purple. So gas for $47.61 is the first dot here, and that one's right there. And then we're going to go down. There's a gas for $63.67. That one is over here. Where did I see that one? There it is. And then I had missed this gas of $49, which was up here. This was a very busy week for us, sports-wise. And then this was spring break. We're just finishing up spring break. My kids actually go back to school on Wednesday the 22nd, which does not seem fair that they get a week and a half off, but it was a much needed break and they've really enjoyed it. My middle son did have baseball over the break, so there was some of that thrown in, but it looks to me like that. Oh, nope, here's another one. Oh, my son's truck. Okay. So my son got $20 in gas right here for the truck. So let's add all of those up. This was a really big week for gasoline. So $47.61. and 63, 67, and 49, and 20 is ooh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot. Okay, so $180.28. $180.28. So I know we don't do cents. I'm gonna write it $180.28, but when we go to take it out, it'll be 181. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and hit, and as you can see, so we're done. That was it for that Friday. There was nothing on Saturday, so we're strictly down in this week now. So I'm gonna lay this sheet here for the rest of the reconciling here. So we're going to hit grocery. Oh boy, are we going to hit grocery. So grocery is going to be this pretty coral color. And the first grocery that I have is that $20 that we took out. So I'm going to dot that, but when I do this total, I'm going to leave that 20 out of it since we carried down 1440 instead of 1460. If you missed that last week video, I'll try and leave a card thing up in the corner up here for you to watch it, only because it explains how if there's something left in my grocery envelope at the end of the week, I transfer that to the no eat out, or I'm sorry, to the pantry challenge, and that's where that money went. So what I'll be calculating is everything after that 20. So we go down here, we've got one for $93.80 right here. So we want to find that $93.80. Well, where is it? I see, who was that one? That's Tom Thumb. Oh, down here at the bottom. Okay. So there's our $93.80. Then we've got a grocery at Kroger for $94.38. And that one's right there on the same day. And they usually are. And then come on down. We've got a grocery at Natural Grocer for $29.44. That one's here. Then we have business supplies, birthday, vehicles, Homeland Grocery right there, $38.04. Where is that one? Homeland. And then we've got one here for $100.78. So this one you will hardly ever see Homeland Grocery Store on my tracker. It is our local grocery store. And in a pinch, if you're desperate, it'll do. And that's sort of what happened. We had plans on my mom's birthday to go out and do certain things, but we got severe weather here in Texas. There were tornadoes and it was just really crazy. So we decided to run right up here, up the road, grab a couple of items, and then I made homemade clam chowder and homemade savory bean and sausage soup with some baked Italian bread, and I baked some brownies, and we have brownies and ice cream. So that's kind of what we did for my mom's birthday on the fly, because we couldn't really go out. So that should be everything for grocery. Let's go ahead and add all of those up. And remember, we're not going to use that 20, so we're going to say $93.80 plus $94.38. I feel like that's going to fall off. And then we've got $29.44. And then we have $38.04. And then we have $178. So $356. What did I do with my pen? $356.44. So $356.44. Now, that's pretty amazing to me, only because our budget is $360, and I know I have a couple of dollars left in my wallet. So let's look. $93.80, $94.38, $29.44. Where'd it go? $38.04 and $178. Woo-wee. Okay, so if we think about that, I should have like $3 left in my wallet. Okay, but at least we're under budget. $3 is $3, right? So the next category that we're going to do is going to be Eat Out. And we're going to do Eat Out in this funky gray color. And the first one I see is the No Eat Out Challenge. Now again, I'm going to put the gray dot, but I believe when I carried this forward last time, I don't know, did I take, let's see, gas, Eat Out, I had 53. I don't think I took, no, I didn't. So we will count the 10 when it comes to eating out. We will count that 10 because I didn't change the amount. All right, so Eat Out, we take out the 10 here. Then miscellaneous, grocery, medical. Here's an Eat Out for 4. So let's find that was just Gatorade at the cages when they were practicing ball. So that one was $4. And then medical, Eat Out right here for $10. Make that a little bit bigger. Where was that? Pest control, breakfast right there. We bought breakfast for my son. And then that should be all. So 10 plus 10 is 20 plus 4 is 24. So I can do that one in my head. We'll say $24. And that'll be it for that one. So I'm going to put that one away. And then I'm going to grab this bright green color. We're going to do miscellaneous. And I believe that the only thing for miscellaneous was this $20 that we took for the No Eat Out Challenge. So we can put that 20 right here. Then we have medical. So medical is going to be bright pink. We've got this charge here for $38.07. And that was stuff at Walmart. And then we've got this one for $37.49. That was CVS. And I believe that is it for medical. So we're going to add those two up. So we have $38.07 and $37.49. $75.56. Whew. That's a big week for us. All right, so next we're going to do household, and household is going to be this blue color this week. It can be any color you choose, whatever you're feeling. All right, so not here, that's buffer, that's March Sinking Fund, vehicles, household right there. Bam, $15.67. Let's find that $15.67. It's right there at Sam's Club. That $15.67 was 4 cans of compressed air. So for your keyboards and your electronics, or if you have like crickets, silhouettes, things of that nature, and you use compressed air to clean them, that is the cheapest place I can find it is at Sam's, and that's a really good price. So $15.67 for that one. Perfect. All right, so then we're going to do this really pretty yellow color for my March Sinking Fund. So I've got 1, 2 right there. So let's find the March Sinking Fund for pest control and $97.43 right there. And then we've got the March Sinking Fund for my mom's birthday, which was $200. And that one is right there. And that $200 is so I can take her to the casino and we can gamble. So that's sort of something we did for the first time last year. I flippin' loved it. I think I had more fun than anybody, and I wanted to do that again this year. So $297.43 is $297.43. And then we have What Was Mommy Thinking? So that is my Etsy shop, the WWMT. When you see that, that refers to my Etsy shop or something that I may have bought for this channel. So we're going to find what I spent. Where did I spend? That's buffer. Here it is. $99.97. Ay, ay, ay. So let me find that one. $99.97. Bam. Okay. So I got that stuff. So that was $99 and 97 cents. Okay. And then I have something that's new to you guys, not to us, but every month we build a buffer into our monthly sinking fund, this March sinking fund. That buffer, it is part of the March sinking fund, but I want to track it separately because I want to see what it is that we're spending that money on. And here in Texas, when you have a teenager who is learning to drive or getting ready to get their license, you can do a program called ACEable, which is basically online modules and education for teenagers. It's like, driving school, driver's ed. So I'm going to put that buffer separately. And we had to pay $20 to sign my husband up as his actual driving instructor to log his hours that he's driving. And so that's what that $20 went towards right there. So it looks like the last category that we have is vehicles. And you guys, I know that I had just mentioned the fact that I needed to bulk up my vehicle sinking fund because my car needed some things done. We took it in for a routine service, and come to find out there are stabilizers on the axle, and both of mine were cracked and had like oil or greasy type stuff leaking down around it. My car service was $500. I know. I had to let that sink in too. But here's what I'm going to tell you. It was $507, and as soon as we told him we were paying cash, he gave us the $7 discount. So we only ended up paying $500. And I know that's not a big deal, but gosh, you got to find the positive. Number one, those things didn't break. My no damage to my axle. I didn't have tire issues or anything, and I didn't get in an accident. I'm perfectly safe. And I had money in my sinking funds. I borrowed out of home, and when we get paid on the next payday, I have to put that money back. So vehicles won't get funded for a couple of paychecks, but we paid for what my car needed. I've got to put the money back from the home envelope that we keep in there, and we were able to still make that work. All right, so it looks to me like I have every dot colored in. Yay! Everything on here is accounted for, and I can go ahead and carry these numbers forward to my my weekly check-in sheet. So what I'm going to do is, for grocery, I'm going to put that we spent $357, because remember we round up, so $356.44 becomes $357. For household, we spent $16. For gas, we spent $181. For eat out, we spent $24. And for miscellaneous, we spent $20. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. If all of this maps out correctly, I should be able to do this math, and that's going to be the money that we have left in the envelopes. So 1,440 minus 357 should be $1,083. Household should be 0, 16 minus 16. 351 minus 181. We should have $170 left in gas. And we leave this in the bank, so I won't have an envelope to show for that. So for eat out, we have 53 minus 24, and that should leave us 29. And 80 minus 20 is 60. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to grab my wallet, and we're going to see if this matches. And because the 17th was a payday for my husband, we're going to stuff household and eat out, because remember, we get $100 every 2 weeks for household and $150 every 2 weeks for eat out, and those come out of my husband's check. So let me grab those and we'll get right at that. Okay, so here's my wallet. I do my cash in my wallet with these little cash dividers here, and that's how I do that. So we can move this aside so that we have a little bit more breathing room here. And we're going to go in and confirm that we have this amount of money left. These are my monthly cash envelopes. So we're definitely going to need those because as we look at these amounts, we have to take into consideration that I have already put that money into these monthly cash envelopes, right? So let me kind of clean up my little mess here. And I'm going to fold this so that I don't fight it. You guys ever do that with yours? Just fold it backwards so you don't have to fight with it. Okay. So going forward in our grocery, since that is our first category, we should have $1,083 left. So we have 100, 200, 300, 350, 360, 460, 560, 660, 710, 720, 820, 920, 1020. Oh goodness. 1070, 1080. So I have no idea what I did wrong. Oh wait, 1080. Okay. Yes, 1080. And then we should have $3 in here. So I'm going to grab my cash dividers, and in grocery, which is this very first tab, there's those other $3. Okay, so the $3, even though it's only $3, I'm going to put it up here because that's going to go in my pantry challenge. Because we are starting a new week, we are going to take 100, 200, 300, 350, 360 to put behind our grocery tab because it is a new week and we're starting a new week. So this money, 1, 2, 3, 50, 360, 460, 560, 660, 710, 720 are for the next 2 weeks worth of groceries. Awesome. Now, in household, remember, we do this one on the bi-weekly, so it's not necessarily going to be stuffed in this envelope. So I'm going to have to pull it from the money from this paycheck from my husband. So this is the cash to be stuffed from this paycheck. Household's going to get $100. I did pull out a $100 bill just because I know that I have several items that I need to buy for the household this week. So I went ahead and pulled out the whole 100. So that's fully funded. And our household, where it says 0 is remaining, what I have to do is I have to add this 100 in because it wasn't part of the balance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this 16, and I know this is horrible. I'm going to change this and put plus 100 with a remaining balance of 100 so that we can carry 100 forward. Does that make sense to everybody? Because I am adding to it. And I'm going to have to do the same thing with eat out because I forgot about that little part. So I'm going to put this money back in my divider. And then I'm going to take eat out and miscellaneous out of my wallet and lay those right here. So according to this sheet, gas, again, that's a leave in the bank thing, so I'm not going to show that, but I had 53, I spent 24, I should have 29 left. Well, we know from already that takeout has nothing in it. That gets funded every 2 weeks, so that $150 is in here. So I'm going to grab that, put my little box aside, and we're going to take this money and say 50, 70, 5 of it for 1 week. And then 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will go in for next week. I did not separate household out like this, but we will do that for the eat out. We did really, really good last week without really eating out much. I say that like it's a disclaimer or something. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So let's make sure that on eat out, I'm gonna erase this and say minus 24. Excuse me. And then plus 150. So 150 and 29 is 179. So I'm just going to erase the 2 here and say that we should have $179. So we know that there is 150 here, right? 75 for week 1. We put 75 for week 2. And then over here, so that's 150, 170, 175, 76, 77, 78, and 79. I love it when that works out. All right, so we're going to put this money in here. And so we have 75 in here. 179 minus 75 is 104. So 50, 70, 90, 95, 100, 101, 102, 103, and 104. So we will put that behind our Eat Out tab. And then for miscellaneous, it's right here. We should have 60. We do have 60. One of these is going to go for this week. And the other 2 will go back in this envelope here. And we will take that 60 and bring it down. Eat Out is 179. Gas is 170. Household is 100. And grocery is going to be 1083, because again, I'm going to mark that I take that 3 out. So this miscellaneous, this 20 will go behind there. And these just go right back in my wallet. And I'm set to do my grocery shopping this weekend and get all of that stuff taken care of. So that's a huge relief. All of these, again, are completely taken care of. So we can go ahead and close this up and move it aside. Well, that sort of looks kind of janky, doesn't it? So we're just going to move this over here. And the last thing that we have to do, I know that sports, I was supposed to put money in it, and it just didn't work out this week. And that's okay. It's on there. It's on my radar. It's a goal. We will get there. So the last thing that we have to do is we have to put our money into our Pantry Savings Challenge and count our no eat outs. Now, I need you guys to solve a debate. In my mind, if we get Gatorades for my son and his best friend when they're at the cages and they're practicing their hitting, to me, that $4 for those 2 Gatorades, that counts as eating out because we're buying food or beverage outside of the home. I know that the $10 for his breakfast on the morning of his tournament, I know that that's eat out, but what would you do with that $4? Would you count that as eat out, or would you just kind of chalk it up out of some other area of your budget? Like, what would you do? Because some people feel like it doesn't count as eating out unless you like go out for a meal with family or a friend or something along those lines, or if you grab yourself food, or but I know other people who will track, like even if they stop and get a coffee or a 99-cent beverage of some kind, they'll track that. So let me know in the comment section below kind of where you fall on that. What we're going to do is we're going to go back up here. We're going to open this up. And the reason that I ask that is because on Sunday, that was the only thing for eating out. And, I'm kind of waffling back and forth, no pun intended. I'm kind of waffling back and forth on whether or not that should have counted. But as of right now, we have we start on Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 no eat outs. So that would be $25 for no eat out. And let me grab that really quick. And if we have 5, so you guys solve the debate, and if it ends up being that I should have put a sticker on Sunday when we had the Gatorades, I will do that next week. I will add a sticker. So I'm going to open up to our no eat out challenge for this month, and we're going to put 5 pizzas on there. All right. Still haven't decided what we're going to do when this month is over with that no eat out money, only because we are trying to make better decisions and it's really hard to do that eating out. So like, what would you, if you couldn't use the money on eating out or food, like what would you use this no eating out money for? Let's say by the end of the month, you've got $200. what would you use it for? So while you think about that, I'm going to lay down 5 of these stickers, these little pizza stickers. This is absolutely one of my favorite little challenges. I just love the little pizza slices. I think partly too because I know that there was a good decision made with each one of these stickers. You know, I didn't spend the money. I didn't order or grab food out. It's really hard to do with somebody who's gluten-free and somebody who's on an extreme sodium restriction for cardiac purposes, because there's other things with cardiac and you shouldn't, besides sodium, that you shouldn't really be eating out. So, all right, there's our 5. I'm going to go ahead and open up to our no eat out envelope, and we do $5 for every slice of pizza, which is $25. So guess where that's coming out of, y'all? It's coming out of the eat out. We had $29 left anyway, so we're going to take a 20 and a 5 out of no eat out, and I just have to remember to track that. I'll put that right back in my wallet and zip her up. And we will put this $25 in here. And I still have, the only other month, I didn't do this in January, in February, so I have January's money in here. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 120, 140, 150, 155, 160. So we're at 160. And that's a nice little amount. All right, so the last thing we have to do is to put our $3 in our pantry challenge. So we'll flip over to our pantry challenge, and we're gonna find a little mason jar over in our sticker book, and $3 is $3. So we'll put that one here, put a big old 3 on it, and we will stick our $3 down here by the 117, so it's got a wealthy friend next door. Don't we all need one of those? Okay. Okay, so we've got 100, 200, 250, 270, 290, 300, 301, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So $305 so far. Perfect. So to me, this one is more for like, the granolas and the healthy snacks and the jerky and the things like that that are for our health journey and for healthier eating and things of that nature. So these are those stock up things, beverages to keep for the summer when the boys have friends over, they're all out in the pool, things of that nature. That's kind of what this money goes to, but I'm trying to decide what to do with that no eat out money. And I'm kind of hoping that some of you will say, put it towards your big emergency fund. But I need you guys to weigh in on that one. Okay, y'all, that is it for this week. Thank you so much for doing my weekly check-in with me and for helping me be accountable. I do these videos because I have to do this anyway for my life, and I tend to stay on track better if I put it out as a video. I can tell you that for the last 48 hours, I've just kind of been like, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it, blah, blah, blah. But I know I need to do it. So because I was going to make it into a video to put out there for you guys, it got me motivated and got me up and got me to do it. And I needed to say a special thank you to someone. Stephanie, I cannot begin to tell you what it meant to me this week. You're the first order I've had in my Etsy shop since November of 2022. And when I got your little order, or not little order, when I got your amazing order, it brought tears to my eyes because I've been so disconnected, and I haven't made anything in a while that I've put out there. So it just meant the world to me, Stephanie. And I just wanted to say thank you publicly and out loud. I'm also putting in a little thank you card and an awesome little freebie gift for you just because you're amazing. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves and be well. Bye, guys.